night. Heel turns crazy, face gains momentum. Captured every moment, endless venom. New champs, shock the crowd. Replay, breakdown, critics stand proud. Raw emotions, no disqualifications. Table smashes, fierce altercations. Belt changes hands, crowd erupts. We dissect each drop kick, no one interrupts. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play button, commentary tight. Top rope leap, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, break into night. Raw emotions, no disqualifications. Table smashes, fierce altercations. Belt changes hands, crowd erupts. We dissect each drop kick, no one interrupts. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play button, commentary tight. Top rope leap, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, break into night. No, bang. Microphone blazing, Grun's room, let's collide. Streaming hot takes, combat and overdrive. Yeah, chairs flying, bodies on the ground. Review last night's show, no holds unbound. No holds unbound. Smell the sweat, hear the roar, feel the pain. Taking folks in, dialogue insane. Nats on the mat, Vince is vendetta. Analyze the best moves, no meta. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play button, commentary tight. Top rope leap, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, break into night. Heel turns crazy, face gains momentum. Catching every moment, endless venom. New champs, shock the crowd. Replay, breakdown, critics stand proud. Raw emotions, no disqualifications. Table smashes, fierce altercation. Belt changes hands, crowd erupts. We dissect each drop kick, no one interrupts. Microphone blazing, Grun's room, let's collide. Streaming hot takes, combat and overdrive. Yeah, chairs flying, bodies on the ground. Review last night's show, no holds unbound. No holds unbound. Got it.
Victor Norwitz, you can't really, you know, I'm with the right.
Microphone blazing, Grun's room, let's collide. Streaming hot takes, combat and overdrive. Chairs flying, bodies on the ground. Review last night's show, no holds unbound. Smell the sweat, hear the roar, feel the pain. Tagging folks in, dialogue insane. Mats on the mat, Vince's vendetta. Analyze the best moves, no meta. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play button, commentary tight. Top rope leap, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, break into night. Heel turns crazy, face gains momentum. Captured every moment, endless venom. New champs, shock the crowd. Replay, breakdown, critics stand proud. Raw emotions, no disqualifications. Table smashes, fierce altercations. Belt changes hands, crowd erupts. We dissect each drop kick, no one interrupts. Friday night fights, Grun's room delight. Hit the play button, commentary tight. Top rope leap, slams in sight. Podcast reverberates, break into night.
What is going on? It is the Grunmeister, and you know what time it is. Excuse me. Let's try that again. Hello, it is the Grunmeister. You know what time it is. It is time for my room, Grun's room, Smackdown review preview show. Although it's not going to be much of a preview because Smackdown already happened, or it already happened today, earlier. But us in the US, we're not going to be able to see it regularly until its regular time in about an hour, which means SmackDown cannot be previewed tonight because we'll just know everything that happened. I already know that John Cena cut a promo against Logan Paul, and apparently it was very good. Shocker. John Cena cutting a good promo. How interesting. Yeah, no, not that interesting, because we all know because we all know John Cena is one of the absolute best at cutting promos. So when you get the chance, you should definitely. I don't know what the promo is. I don't know how amazing it got, but when you get a chance, see John Cena's promo against Logan Paul. I'm sure it's fantastic. In other non-wrestling news, uh, new metal band 3 Days Grace, who I think a little over a year ago, or earlier this year, uh, Adam Gontier, their original lead singer, rejoined the band, not replacing their current the vocalist that took his place, Matt Walsh, I believe was his name. Is his name still part of the band? Just they have two vocalists now. They released their new album today, Alienation. It's their 8th studio album, and so far, very good album. Definitely recommend you guys listening to Matt Walst. Walst, that was close. Let's definitely check out their new album. That should be, I'm sure, if you like old 3 Days Grace, you should definitely, love a new 3 Days Grace. It is everything you love, just more vocals. Love it. Uh WWE, and you know what? It's just also in AEW news. I can't believe I'm saying this. Mercedes Monet has now 9 titles, not title reigns, not individual reigns. She is currently holding 9 different titles. And before you ask, no, they are not all AEW titles. I know it could be very easy for her to hold 9 AEW titles at once. But no, she is winning titles in other promotions. And now okay, sure, that brings some attention to those promotions. But how often is Mercedes going back to those promotions? How often are they getting exposure from AEW that's beyond AEW saying Mercedes won their title? Mercedes won their title. Oh, hey, this is Dummies R Us Pro Wrestling over here in backwater Louisiana. No, she just won the title. We don't know which title she won. We just know she won a title. I I don't see what I don't see what these smaller promotions are actually gaining from this, other than Mercedes Money holding their titles. Like, look, I'm not going to pretend that that there aren't good there aren't good indie promotions that haven't uh obtained a respectable amount of notoriety, but nine nine of them have given their top women's titles to Mercedes Monet to hold. And now Mercedes, who from what I can tell wrestles averagely on on AEW in the sense that maybe once a week she'll wrestle and maybe every other week. So like not she's not wrestling. She's not being. She's wrestling enough that she's keeping, I guess, attention on herself. But like for 9 titles, like, uh, and I want to know when was the last time she defended the non AEW titles. That is something I want to know because if they're just allowed, she's just allowed to hold those titles and then not defend them. Like I don't know what I don't know what they're doing with Mercedes Moné. I still don't like her. Friend and former member of IYH, Hypocrisy Jones, has said that AEW's content, or specifically Dynamite, is improving. Uh, and you know what? Like we've been very headstrong on our opinion that AEW has not been the best, but we don't want to see them fail. I have reservations about thinking that they can do anything right because Tony Khan doesn't seem to have done absolutely everything wrong the second he was given full control of AEW, thanks to Cody Rhodes coming back to WWE. We're talking about this because there's a SmackDown last week. Honestly, it's kind of mid. Like it wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. It was fine. It just wasn't. Uh, it wasn't amazing. Uh, this is why I thought. Okay, there we go. SmackDown started off with MFTs coming out and just Solo Sikoa. Yeah, there was nothing special about Solo Sikoa's promo. It was just, I'm Solo Sikoa. I got my MFTs. I run SmackDown. I'm US champion. Bye. Sami Zayn comes out, interrupts, talks about how Solo stole something from him. So now Sammy is permanently on SmackDown to take what Solo uh, desi- wants the or the protects the most, covets the most. And that is the United States title, a title that Sami Zayn has never won. Now that is definitely interesting. I did not know that Sami Zayn never won the U.S. title, but at the same time, like again, like I just said, like last week's SmackDown wasn't anything special, unfortunately, and like it's like they're building up to stories, which and that's exactly what they did on last week's SmackDown, and so I can't be mad at them when like okay, you know what? While it wasn't the best SmackDown, it wasn't the worst, and they did build up stories. Which is more important than anything else. Because okay, you had a bad show, but you got people to know, okay, we're going in this direction. They're like, all right, okay, we'll see where this goes. Sami Zayn was attacked by the MFTs and was saved by Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu. Nick Aldis would then come out and make a 6-man tag team match for the main event. Sammy, Jimmy, and Jacob taking on 3 members of Solo Sikoa and his MFTs. Up next, Alexa Bliss would take on Piper Niven in a match where Alexa Bliss would be able to pick up the win. However, it was Chelsea Green and her secret Hervis that stood tall as they were able to lay out Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair after the match, which making it pretty clear that Secret Hervis are going to be getting WWE Women's Tag Team title opportunity very soon. Probably Clash of Paris. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I think that would make sense. Next, we had another tag team match, and you know what? They're finally giving Melo something. I mean it. They're actually giving him a story. Carmelo Hayes and his tag team partner, The Miz, in Melo Don't Miz, took on Fraxium. They were able to pick up the win in what was a pretty good tag team match. However, it was how Melo Don't Miz won that was in question. Melo had what was like Nathan Frazier set up for nothing but net. Miz comes in, tags himself in before Melo can make the attempt to hit nothing but net. And then Miz walks in, hits skull crushing finale for the win. In every way possible, the Miz stole that pin, that win for his team from Melo, when Melo did not need him to do that. Miz did not need to do that. Miz wanted to do that for his own glory. So it looks like we are either going to get a heel Miz versus a babyface Carmelo Hayes, or what's going to happen is Miz turns babyface. Melo sets Miz up to get attacked by Trick Williams, and he officially gets his call up from NXT. Now this is probably going to be further down the line because I believe Trick Williams is still the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, which is a problem that NXT needs to work out with TNA before Melo can come up to WWE, or not, and that would actually be a lot more interesting. Joe Hendry finally on SmackDown or Raw, or again? No, I don't think he's been on SmackDown or Raw, which definitely needs to be checked off his bucket list before he gets to WWE, or wait until he gets to WWE. We all know he's going there at some point. We all know he's coming to WWE at some point. So sooner or later, we are all going to be saying Joe Hendry in the WWE, and he could appear at any moment. Drew McIntyre laid out his promo and why he attacked Cody Rhodes the previous week. And he's... How am I going to describe this? Like, he said, Cody attacked me. It was... the match was legally over. Cody didn't need to attack me. But I'm pretty sure Drew attacked Cody during the match while neither of them were the legal man. And Drew is mad that Cody ran through his head into a ring post. Which, okay, sure. But Drew, now your argument is that, well, he wasn't supposed to attack me afterwards. It's like, is that, like, are you psychotic? Are you crazy, dude? Like, this is WWE. When you start a fight, it doesn't end just because the bell rang and you've been doing some underhanded shit during the entire match. No, Drew, that's not how this works. So we have no confirmation on whether Cody Rhodes is injured or not. I imagine there will be there was confirmation either today on SmackDown or there'll be confirmation next week on SmackDown. We'll find out because I do believe that Cody will be at Clash in Paris. So Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes and at Clash in Paris. Definitely gonna be a good match. But we'll see. Still, again, no guarantees. As far as I know, that match is not happening right now. We had one more tag team match, a very tag team match filled episode. We had DIY going up against the Street Profits. There was a promo between the two teams prior to the match backstage, and like it was a good promo. It was a good segment. BFAB is back with the Street Profits. So hopefully BFAB is going to get a match with Candice LeRae at some point in the near future. And this was probably the best match on the card on SmackDown. Like it was solid. You had some good little moments. Candice LeRae clapped and patted her back with Ciampa and Gargano, her husband. And their spot did that with them. That was cool. Candice LeRae, I believe, did a Hurricanrana to Montez Ford while the referee's back was turned. That was pretty cool. Well, like this was a great match, and by all accounts, if you look at least 5 of the 6, BFAB, like she's proving herself. I'm not saying she's not proving herself, but the other 5, there should have been no reason why this should have been a bad match or a bad segment at all. And like I said, I thought it was best segment and best match on the card or the show. Sorry, it's not a PLE. I keep on saying card. It's the card. While I think is still appropriate, it is not the same thing. But Street Profits were able to pick up the win, so likely they'll be getting one step closer to getting their tag team titles back. I have no idea who the hell is going to dethrone Wyatt Six because because like it being in the Wyatts involved with them, it's almost a death sentence. Because if they do not push the ever living hell out of the whatever faction it is, in this case the Wyatt Six, they need to push, no slack in momentum. They have to constantly be doing stuff, constantly on TV, constantly cutting promos, constantly doing video segments, constantly having matches, constantly, because without that momentum, there's nothing. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan got very lucky with Bludgeon Brothers. Eric Rowan got very lucky with his opportunity to be the muscle for heel, eco-friendly Daniel Bryan. That was like Eric Rowan, Luke Harper. They got very lucky. Braun Strowman got lucky with the career that he did end up having in WWE outside of the Wyatt family. But at the same time, like they were good. They were good careers in WWE, but not great. Bray Wyatt would have had an amazing career, or if he were still with us. I'm not enjoying this Wyatt Six tag team title run. I'm glad it was Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy that won the titles. I wish they didn't retain at SummerSlam. Our final tag team match of the night: Sami Zayn, Jacob Fatu, and Jimmy Uso teamed up to take on Solo Sikoa, JC Mateo, and Tonga Loa of the MFTs. And it would actually end up being Sami Zayn who gets a decisive win over, or pin rather, on Solo Sikoa. And that decisive pin came after the Helluva kick, like, which is definitely interesting. I did not expect a decisive win from Sami Zayn, no less, but that happened. So it does look like that we're getting closer and closer to Sami Zayn versus Jake Solo Sikoa, rather, for the United States title. Jacob Fatu was not cool with Sami earlier because he's like, I don't know you, you ain't my brother. After the match, Jacob's like, all right, you my brother, we cool, we cool. So definitely looking forward to where this feud between Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn goes. God, do I? No, because I don't want to review Smackdown because it just is. I want to watch it. I don't want to read the results. Also, prior to watching it, and it's not the same. Looks like this is gonna be another short one because it's been a slow week. Yeah, it's been a slow last 2 weeks in pro wrestling. No real rumors. Nothing major happening. Nothing truly amazing going on. It's a weird time. SummerSlam was outrageously huge, and since then, like, just kind of chugging along. There was an R Truth got a match with Aleister Black today on SmackDown. That was announced last week. So it's cool that we're gonna that people got to see that. Got to see R Truth wrestle in Dublin, Ireland, on SmackDown against Aleister Black, regardless of who wins. That's awesome. R Truth has had an amazing career in WWE, and I think it'd be fair to say that he is winding down his career, getting ready to officially retire. Which, I mean, man, like I said, the man's done his work. ManPay has given us so much, and we cannot be more blessed, more grateful to have had R Truth this entire time. I guess I will see you guys next week. Hopefully, there's more going on. Hopefully, a lot more stuff happen on today's SmackDown, and hopefully, a lot more happens in pro wrestling because, like, wow, like, yeah, not much has happened. Oh, Naomi, right? Naomi announces she is pregnant with child, from her husband Jimmy Uso. So Naomi had to relinquish the title on Raw, and it appears she's going to try and maintain the heel persona through the pregnancy and bring that back and come back with that heel persona. It's going to be hard. I think Alcon mentioned that somebody in IYH mentioned that it's going to be hard to it's hard to come back as a heel when you are coming back when specifically women, because people are happy that you had that for why you took so long off. It took time off to create life, to bring a child in this world. That's beautiful. That's amazing. We love that. We love it. We're happy for these people. We're happy for Naomi. And she wants to come back as a heel, it seems like. And, like, you know what? She laid down the challenge. I say we let her see. Let's see if she can uh complete that challenge. Let's see if she can actually do that. Can she leave as a heel for pregnancy and then come back after giving birth to little Jimmy Uso? Can she come back as a heel and make sure everyone proceeds with caution? Okay, now that I've said that, be sure to tune into all of the IYH content from the Monday Night Raw Window Lickers Raw review. Be sure to tune into the Raw deal with House and O'Neil on Wednesdays. Be sure to tune in the ECW watch alongs. We just had Joel Gertner on from the old school traditional ECW. What is up, Dr. Patches from Twitch? Great to see you. We're actually just about to get out of here because there is not much going on in pro wrestling this week. At least like not much that I've seen, and not much really worth talking about. Tony Khan is talking his talk. Smackdown last week was pretty mid, but hopefully this Smackdown today will be a lot more noteworthy. But also, guys, you got to tune in to the Sunday house party. We are going to be doing a watch along for the Sunday house party the day of Clash in Paris. So be sure to tune in for that. That's going to be an extra long, extra special Sunday house party. It should be a lot of fun. And you're not only are you going to get our predictions on Clash in Paris, you're going to get our live reactions to Clash in Paris. So, like, what the hell? Why wouldn't you? Come on, tune in. Join the Sunday House Party. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We are on Twitch. Tune in to In Your House Wrestling Podcast. That's HOWSE. The W stands for work. Because we be doing nothing but putting in the work. I will see you guys next week. Have a great Friday night. Have a great weekend, and have a good week at work. And take care of yourselves and your families. Take care, guys.